think the biggest piece of advice that I could give is to have a ghost classroom for whoever you're working with. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen so you can see what our ghost classroom looks like. And that's just kind of our dumping ground for where we put all of the lessons. So if we pull up our first grade virtual team classroom, if we go to our classwork, we dump all of the reading and writing assessments in this category. We dump all of our math assessments here. Our reading assessments all go here, so you can see every day for this week. That's where we've placed the reading. All of the math slides are in here. So these are all the slide decks. So the best part of this is so for example, I do math. So once I get all of the math in here for every day, I can go back to my Google Classroom. And when I go to my classwork, I click on create reuse post. So to me, that's the best part. Once I click reuse post, here I am in my first grade virtual team room. And now I can reuse the post that I just put into our team Google Classroom.
Nice.
So then it comes up like that. I can make a copy. I can change everything here. And you have to be careful. You can't actually change the slide deck. If you want to change anything in the slide deck, you do have to open it up and make a copy. But if you're all using this same slide deck for your lessons, then you can change the due date. You can change the topic to how that fits for you, assign it, schedule it here, change it to, grade it if you were grading it. But I think that's probably the best part for us, just having one place to put everything and then reuse each other's posts. So
I think with us as well, we've realized as a team, probably like the first week, I think we all were like, oh my gosh, we can't do this like on our own, like we found out real quick, literally the first week. And so then we were like, let's divide and conquer. Well, with dividing and conquer, it's a lot of trust too, that we've got to trust that these lessons are being made. And we all learned from each other. Like we were like, oh, I loved how you did that. Or I loved how you did that. And so we just gotten better with time learning from each other. But I think by using the reuse post, like what Alyssa was saying, I hardly change. Like, I don't think I even change anything anymore. Like I did. It used to be like a lot of Flipgrid stuff where you have to go in, and now we've just kind of made it to where it's just reuse and you don't have to mess with it. And it's so easy just on a Friday afternoon to set everything for the next week and be done. It's awesome.
Yeah. We try and have everything uploaded by the time we leave on Friday, just so that gives us like Friday afternoon or the weekend if we need to upload. And if we're running behind, like we have a group chat going, we have text message chat going, and we actually set up like a weekly Google Meet where we all get on and talk about like, this is what we're planning for reading. This is what I'm thinking for science and social studies. And then we actually can like tie the subjects together really easily. So they've been tying a lot of my science and social studies subjects into reading and writing because we're doing informational text. So we meet like in person to talk once a week. So just communicating with each other and then uploading it as soon as we can. And we also check each other's slides. Like if we notice a mistake, we'll message out each other like, hey, the wrong audio file was uploaded. And then the person that made that slide will go back and fix it. So
nice.
A lot of teamwork, and it's amazing. Saves us
so
much time.
I know that you guys had like you had Katie McConnell that was part of your team. And so I know like how you guys had everything divvied up. How did you guys have to adapt and adjust? Because especially in our school district, like every 9 weeks, parents can make the choice to come back. How did you guys handle that whole transition?
Right. So we had 3 people on reading. We had 2 people on math, and we had 1 on science and social studies. That's just kind of how we divided it up to start. Since reading is so loaded, we have comprehension, phonics, handwriting, and writing all in the reading slides.
Okay.
So since Katie McConnell was doing our OG phonics, we really had to find somebody, one of us who was trained in the OG phonics. So Ashley took that over. And so she's been doing awesome at filling in those shoes with the new OG stuff. And then she was on math with me. So I just took over the rest of the math, and Amanda's helping me out a little bit with math. And So we just we tried to shift what Katie was doing onto somebody else and then pick up the slack, the rest of us.
Nice. So when it comes to the assessments, is it like if you're in charge of math, are you also in charge of getting the assessment ready? How do you guys handle those pieces?
For the most part, when we had our monthly meeting with you, I decided to just jump on WiserMe. So I ended up making Unit 4 assessment, Unit 4 cumulative. So I did that part. But I feel like on a normal flow, that's kind of what we do, is that we either reading helps each other. Amy is our WiserMe guru. She's done good. So, but she usually makes a lot of our reading and writing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, we try to have a weekly reading, writing, and math quick check if we're not taking a test that week.
Okay. So the time that, you guys are online teachers asked to have some monthly collaboration time. And so I know we've been able to make that work. We've only had that, the one time. We're going to have it again, I think, next week. How do you guys use that time? Is it more to build assessments, or just kind of let me know how you guys have decided to use it?
So since Wiser was newer, that's kind of what we chose to use it for. Go ahead, Shalini.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for me, for that last meeting, it was great because I didn't know how to use WiserMe. These girls are amazing and have been so helpful to me that I sat down next to Amy and she trained me on WiserMe. And I was able to use that meeting to work on WiserMe and learn it. And so this week I've been able to create my own because of the meeting and because she was able to help me one-on-one.
Good. Oh, this makes me so happy to hear you guys say all these things. Is there any other advice that you guys can think of that you would want to share with somebody?
You have to work smarter and not harder. You got to let a lot of stuff go. It's hard in the beginning where you have all these ideas that you wanted to do for your in-person class. And you're like, well, how can I do that with my virtual? And then you realize, I don't think I can do any of that. Like we have to come up with all new stuff. And then we meshed so quickly and so well that we all found each other's ideas and then hit the ground running. So thankfully, I have a wonderful team to do that, because it was really scary there that first week or so. We were like, oh my gosh, what did we get ourselves into?